परम सत्कार जो गुरु रूप गुरु खालसा साध संगत जियो आओ गज वज के फतेह सांझी करिए कोई भी रसना वांझी ना रवे। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। सब तो पहला I'd like to thank the organizer here ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣ ਦਾ, and I thank you guys for sitting here and taking part in this. It's a very important lecture here today. The importance is that it could save your lives. Literally, that's how important it is. So for the next hour, ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗੌਰ ਨਾਲ ਸੁਣਿਓ. Listen very carefully. If you have any questions, we're going to be here. We can do a question and answer session right after the program. The program is called Snakes in Suits, as you've seen. Now before we start, I'd just like to say that every one of you guys, there's a risk. Every one of you guys is a target, and especially the females. Now I'm not going to pick on the girls, but I'm going to just tell you the honest, brutal truth. 98% of the telephone calls we get on our helpline, it's a mother on the other side crying that her daughter hasn't come back home. So I'm not going to manufacture anything, because 98% is all about girls. Predominantly you'll see a lot of stuff, what's happening to our young daughters on the streets of Britain. So I'm going to give you facts that you should know. And before we start, SAS is not against the belief system. SAS is not against any religion. SAS is not against any faith, creed, color. No, that's not us. But what we're opposed is to coercive tactics, where people manipulate you into doing something that you don't want to do. Them are the people that we're against. And them are the people we'll stand up against all the time. So we're here to inform you and warn you that there's certain techniques that are used outside. And these techniques are so easy, but we miss the signs. I won't be able to go through all the techniques today because we've only got an hour. But I'm going to give you some of the most important ones. And this is where a lot of the cases are coming from. But the key word in the Sikh Awareness Society is awareness. Awareness Punjabi vich simple matlab ke jagna, jagona. That is our role, Sikh Awareness Society. Any issues that are facing the Sikh community, we're going to go up and down the roads to raise that awareness. Ke Sikho jago bacho. And Maharaj, जिन्हां नूं तुसीं अज मत्था टेकिया, जिन्हां नूं तुसीं मत्था टेकदे आ, throughout Gurbani, Maharaj एक वारी नहीं, Maharaj दो वारी नहीं, throughout Gurbani, the 1430 angs of Maharaj, Maharaj asks you to wake up, be aware. So suchet hona kunji hai. The key to any problem is being aware of the problem. Maharaj says, Amman jagat raho re Bhai. Keep your mind awake and aware at all times. Jag leho re mana, jag leho kahan gafil soya. Sikh, wake up, keep awake, jago. Why is Maharaj asking us to stay awake and aware? Because Gurbani gives us the answers as well. Everything I'm going to quote from your Guru. So you can't say it's Mohan Singh or Sikh Awareness Society. It's your Guru saying to you. And Maharaj says, Jo jage se ubre sutte gaya mohai jehde jagde o bachde jehde sutte rehnde ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਚ ਲੁੱਟ ਪਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ. Those that remain awake and aware are saved. But those that remain asleep, sleepwalk through life, their houses are looted. And if our houses are looted, ਜੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਧਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ, then my Guru gives a clear-cut answer as well. Maharaj says, Je jeev hai pat lathi jaye. Pat means izzat, pat means honor. Je jeeve pat lathi jaye, sab haram, jeta kich khaye. What a powerful statement my Guru gives. Okay, if you in your life have lost your izzat, if you in your life have lost your dharm, je jeeve pat lathi jaye, sab haram, jeta kich khaye. Maharaj says, even if you take a grain of food in your mouth, je tadi izzat hai nahi, tada dharm hai nahi, te fir samjh lo Maharaj kehde gandgi ya gandgi tusi kha rahe ho. Isi Shabad Guru Sri Guru Granth Sahib. And remember, the Bani is the ultimate truth. Bani sat sat kar jano gursikho har karta aap moh kadaye. Bani is the ultimate truth, and Gurbani is telling us ke je jeeve pat lathi jaye, sab haram, jeta kich khaye. Ke izzat nu apne nu hath pe gaya hai na. You might have your Mercedes, you might have your big homes, you might have your businesses, you might have a lot of money in your bank, but you know what? Ek dana bhi tusi apne muh de jo paunde ha, that is considered manure. That's how important izzat, that's how important honor is. So be aware, keep away all the time. The one thing that you got to aj apne man de vich and seed basa ke jani hai, that evil exists. Ye apne man de vich, make sure that seed is planted in your head, that evil exists. There are evil people out there who are ready to do you guys damage. Evil people. And when I use the word people, I shouldn't even use the word people, because these people are not human. Some of the stuff that they've been doing to our girls, it's not humane. So remember this, evil exists. Now let's have a look at the process of grooming. You've got about 6 or 7 strands. Now the reason why I'm bringing these in is because since all the cases that we've been dealing with, the Sikh Awareness Society came together in 1998 because we had a massive problem up in the north. Massive problem. And there was no Jathebandi tackling this problem, no Gurdwara was tackling this problem. So 5 Singhs got together and we formed this organization, Sikh Awareness Society. And throughout all them years, these 6 or 7 things that I'm going to show you is the common denominator between all the cases. So these things keep popping up all the time. And because they keep popping up all the time, I'm going to be actually concentrating on them. There's a number of other things that keep coming up as, you know, a lot of these things come up, but they won't be relevant today. When we go through a grooming talk, and when we do grooming camps, which we've done in America, Canada, UK, you know, we'll spend months telling you the whole kit and caboodle about grooming. But today, I'm going to give you snippets. Okay. Mobile phones. Kids are given mobile phones. £500 worth of gifts are given to kids at age of 13 and 14 by strangers. Not because they like you, because they give you this phone, so you take it off them, and they know where you are every minute of the day. They are controlling your lives. So when mommy and daddy are sitting downstairs watching TV, you could be talking to the friend who's giving you the phone, and your mother and father doesn't even know what's happening upstairs. Just imagine a 12-year-old kid, 13 saal da, 12 saal da kid has been given a phone which is worth £500. Man, that's the biggest gift anybody's given them. She's going to be happy. And in this life, nothing is for free. If somebody gives you something, don't think it's free. They will take something back. And when they take something back, it's not just money, it's not just time, it's your life they take back. So for a £500 gift, they take your life. Alcohol. A lot of apne bande, apne घरां दे विच शर्म आउंदी है जदों असीं गुरु घर दे विच गल करदे हां, but 90%, 95% of the Punjabi community are drinkers. And you know what? ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਨਾ predators, ਉਹ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਇਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੋ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰਦੇ, dancing and drinking. That's the perception they have about you guys. ਅਫਸੋਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਆ ਕਿ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਦੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ। ਮਾਨਸ ਭਰਿਆ ਆਣਿਆ, ਮਾਨਸ ਭਰਿਆ ਆਏ, ਜਿਸ ਪੀਤੇ ਮਤ ਦੂਰ ਹੋਏ, ਬਦਲ ਪਵੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ, ਆਪਣਾ ਪਰਾਇਆ ਨਾ ਪਛਾਣੇ, ਖਸਮੋ ਧੱਕੇ ਖਾਏ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਕਲੀਅਰ, ਅਸੀਂ ਮੱਥਾ ਵੀ ਟੇਕੀ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇ ਮਾਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਉਲਟ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਣੇ। ਤੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਆ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਬੱਚੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਕਿ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੀਣੀ ਪਈ? If it's good enough for the mother and father, it should be good enough for the children. And that's how 90% of us Punjabis are living. And when you're tasting the drink, when you're going out there at 16 into the clubs and pubs, massive problems. Alcohol is a massive big player in this game. Computers. My colleague Indy touched upon it. Ajkal hai na, 45% of all the cases are coming through the internet. 13, 14-year-old girls, and you got people on the other side saying we're 16 and we're 15 as well, and they're not telling the truth. It's a massive problem. Computers. I'm going to talk about that as well. Boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, relationships. Ajkal assi inne modern ho gaye hain, Punjabi community, that we're even telling our kids now that, you know what, if you find the right partner outside, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਕਰਾ ਦੋਗੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਹੋਰ ਸਿੱਖ। So girls at 16 and 17, when they're in colleges, there's a lot of young people in relationships where they shouldn't be in relationships. And on that model, 60% of the cases that we're getting is according to that model. Then you've got the drugs, you got money. People are paid money up to £7,500 to £10,000 for the value of a Sikh or Hindu girl. That is how much you're valued at. £7,500 to £10,000. This is Scotland Yard telling us in the year 2000. 10,000 pound, 7,500 pound की ताड़ी value है. Giving gifts. Nice flashy cars. Let's move on. With all these things, you get hooked. When you get hooked like that, you're going to be damn lucky to get out of it. एक बारी हुक फंस गई है ना, जे को पूर्वले कर्म ताड़े चंगे होंगे तो बच जाओगे, नहीं तो life becomes hell. And you ask them mothers who've lost their daughters at the age of 12 and 13 and 14, they're saying to us, Paisa, Nazi Mariam Bicha to Nazi Jindia Bicha. Neither we are dead, neither we are living. Because apni community doesn't support them. उन्होंने मापिया में गलती कढ़नी कि मापे खराब से ताज बच्चा इतना होया। जदों कोई बच्चा मर जाता है ना, ਉਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਦੇ, ਉਦੋਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚਾ ਘਰੋਂ ਚਲ ਗਿਆ, ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਦੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਤੇ 10 ਗੱਲਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਣਾਉਣੀਆਂ। We don't support. And if you get hooked like that, I'm telling you guys, it's hard to get out of it. I remember dealing with cases. I used to think that the youngest case that I had, 9 saal di bachi da, 9-year-old, and a 12-year-old boy. But what happened 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, when we released the BBC documentary, I had a father who phoned me up and crying, and he says, "Bhai Sahab, I've got a problem." Main kehta, "Dasso veer ji, my 6-year-old girl has been molested." So you think you're safe? Your children are safe, 6 and 7 and 8? No, they're not. I said, "How is that happening? How did that happen?" And he told me, he said his wife was having an affair in an office with a Pakistani man. And now when I found out, I divorced. In the divorce case, my ex-wife got the child. I only see my child every second weekend. And I was horrified and shocked when my child, 6 years old, came back to me and says, "Daddy, he's taking my clothes off and he's touching me." So we're dealing with that kind of cases. This is why I said the next 45 minutes is going to be pretty tough. I am here to give you a Heer Ranja talk. I don't give a damn if you cry afterwards. I am here to make you happy. I'm here to give you the truth. I haven't traveled 350 miles just for balle balle. I'm going to give you the bare truth. When you see someone like that, girls, what would you do? What if you saw someone like that at a bus stop next to you? What you do? Scream. You scream loud, wouldn't you? You'd run. In the funny way you do. Yeah? Okay. Ascendable lector. If you saw someone like that looking at you, what would you do in a Gurdwara? What would you do if somebody's sitting in the university next to you looking at you like that? Hey? Would you look back at him? You'd scream. Hey? You'd run away. Just imagine someone like that. It's scary. And you know, my favorite, when I was a little kid, I shouldn't have seen the film, but I saw it with the one eye. You know when you watch a horror movie and you're watching it like that? And I have nightmares of this guy, Chucky. Now if you saw someone like that in your class and he wanted to sit next to you, would you sit there? No. You know why? Because inside we're wired, psychologically we're wired. We fear monsters. We see the outward sign and we get scared and we run a mile, we save ourselves. We fear monsters psychologically. Okay? But these are not the real people you're going to meet on the streets. You'll be damn lucky if you meet one of them, you're in trouble. But they're not the ones that you're going to meet on a regular basis. The people you're going to meet on the streets are these kind of people. A cool looking guy, you know, the Shah Rukh Khan style, the Salman Khan style, the Bollywood films that you watch. Yeah? If you get someone like that, nice flashy sunglasses coming up to you, sitting next to you, You ain't gonna run away, are you? No. Because people like to sit with pretty people. Yeah. Psychologically, we're wired to fear monsters, but also psychologically, we trust ordinary people. We trust ordinary people. And that's where our problem lies. Because the monsters out on the street, they look like that. And them are the people you trust. Let's have a look at some of the monsters. The Rochdale gang. 11 men piled girls with drink and passed them around for sex. Look at the monsters. They look like ordinary people. And they were using girls. 5 girls were shared. In this case, 5 girls were shared by these people, and you read the names for yourselves. You can all read. Ikko community there. When Indy was talking who was on our team, you had your Tayas and your Chachas and your Masters on your team. You had a family team. On their team, they're also family. This is a family business. You got uncles and mummies and Tayas working with the nephews to do this to 12-year-old and 13-year-old girls. These people are convicted. Don't take my word for it. Go on the internet, have a look. And look at the ages. 59-year-old man raping a 12-year-old girl. 5 people on one girl at a time. These people are not people, they're monsters. 9 men jailed in a case in Manchester. They look ordinary. Apart from the guy on the left here, on the right. He looks like a monster. He's sitting with him, you know the way. Well, they look normal. 9 men in a group. In the north, there's a gang that's been currently investigated. You know how many people in that gang? 111 people in one gang. So if your daughter goes missing, how one parent gonna tackle a gang of 111 people? Look at the names. Read the names for yourselves. Same names keep cropping up. Same people keep cropping up. Same people from the same community keep cropping up. Sheffield. I'm only showing you because there's not a town in this country that's not been affected. There's not a town that's not been affected. Sheffield. Whew, look at that. Look at the names. Derby. That's the house they raped girls in. 22 girls they had. There was a lot of other girls that didn't come forward. 26 girls came forward. Youngest was a 12-year-old. Oldest was an 18-year-old. And that person there, Muhammad al-Yaqat, he had a daughter of a year and a half. So, look at the mindset. He's got a daughter, but he can rape the other person's daughter. Raja Khan, Adib Sultan, 27 sexual predators, assaulted a 14-year-old Apni for 5 days, kept her in one room for 5 days. 5 days non-stop raping. We went to London a couple of years ago, and we was talking to the Met, and they said, we don't have a problem here. London doesn't have a problem. I said, the only reason you don't have a problem is because you're not looking at the problem. And when they started looking at the problem, This gang is now going on trial in the next 2 weeks. These people are going on trial in London. There's not a city that is not affected by. Look at these. Lancashire, 3 brothers. Tinne pra ek kar de. 37, 34, 39, all convicted of rape. You couldn't make it up if you wanted to. You couldn't make it up if you wanted to. Family businesses. So what India was saying, we need the family on our side. They've got the family on their side. A family of monsters. Predators. Oxford. Read the names. Oxford, a very famous city. And when you go, it's all leafy and green and you think everything's wonderful in Oxford. But they didn't know that there's such a terrible crime going on in Oxford. Oxford wouldn't believe that it's happening until you had a couple of brave young girls who came forward and told their story. You know what one girl told? She said they took a hairpin, molded it into an M, because he was the leader, Muhammad Karar. So he put it into an M, burnt it with a lighter, got it red hot, and then stamped the girl in the back. So big M was plastered over her back. You are my property. जिद्दां जानवरां नूं नहीं करीदा हुंदा अपने ये अपना जानवर आ इदां दा बच्चियां दे नाल हुंदा. You know, one of the girls was 14 and she was pregnant 4 months. And still there were 4 and 5 people at a time would rape her. That's happening on the streets we live. Okay. That's what we want to cover. The profile of a sociopath, the predator. How many predators are out there? How many sociopaths are out there? Where are they? We've covered that. They're all over the country. They're all over the country. Let's have a look at the profile of the sociopath, the predator. Superficial charm. These signs are not something like black magic. These are signs that people are using on you guys and you're not even noticing. These people are charming. These people will say all the right words. They'll make you feel special. You go to a girl, you go to a woman and say, "Tu soni bahut hai." A girl gonna feel good. Because everybody wants to look good. You know what, you go to a girl who's overweight and you say to her, "Look, you know what, I've been watching you for the last 4 weeks. I think you've put more weight on." What do you think she's going to do? She's going to slap you, man. She's going to slap you on big time. You go to a girl and you say, an overweight woman, and you say, "Now I've been watching you for 4 weeks. It looks like you've lost some weight. You've been dieting and exercising." The girl might not be dieting or exercising. She'll pull her stomach and she'll say, "Yeah." Because it appeals to your ego. It gets to your ego. They bypass the head and go straight to the heart. When they bypass this, all the critical thinking is gone now, it's finished. They've gone to your heart. They made you feel good. And that's what being charming is all about. Making you feel good.